So now with that, we are going to fourth
Yep.
segment, which is connected from the third segment called common, the common mistakes and math related. So
Yeah.
what is the one biggest mistake which everyone does when it comes to any aspirant exam, sir?
Yeah. Many aspirants I've seen, they are highly talented, very good at academics also, but they ignore the basics. They think since they are quite, probably because they have scored very well in their examinations, they got very good marks at, graduation level, PU level or 10th level. They assume that they know everything. They ignore the basics. They straight away go to the direct advanced topics, which is a big mistake the candidates do. They ignore the basics. They don't follow the basics. They just straight away go to advanced topics. That's where they miss out. That is the main biggest mistake they do. This is the first one. If I want to list out two more, I can say lack of revision. Many of them don't revise. Third one, following too many resources. They look at any textbook on polity, they'll pick up any notes on polity, they'll pick up. They want to study everything. So that these three are the main mistakes they do.
Excellent, excellent. So now we have another questions about the what are the toppers? What are the recipe for the success? And now you talked about the failure. What is the recipe for success? So those who are clearing the IPS exam and all the exam, the toughest exam, what are the
Yes.
recipe for success? And
I say three C's.
yeah, okay.
Clarity, first of all, they should be clear why they are doing it.
Mhm.
Consistency, then confidence. Very important. They should have a clarity. They should have a consistency to put efforts. They should have a confidence about themselves that they are going to clear this examination. These three are the main ingredients which are going to help them in succeed.
Okay, just picking up your previous answer where
Yeah.
you talked about that, we have to, the student have to be stick around the basic things and
Yes.
all that. So
Yes.
recently I watched a video which is kind of IAS, video,
Mm-hmm.
and that person has graduated from IIT college, and then he studied electronic and communication. The judge, the panel, they asked this question him. So
Okay.
how do you check the, for example, semiconductors, if you take it, so MOSFET, FET, all that electronic, the active components, including that, Zener diode and all that, right?
Okay.
So how do you check that threshold? And have you heard something called oscilloscope? And then that guy was saying that I don't know, I have not seen oscilloscope. Then the whole credibility go down, right? So basic thing of
Yes.
electronic, the
Yes.
same, not only for IITM, this just for the example I quoted, but the
Yeah.
same thing happening to every generation now. So they don't want
Absolutely.
to, bang on to the books and read and go through and conceptualize,
Right.
internalize and all that. They want, super quick answers and all
Correct.
that. So what advice
Yes.
you wanted to
Yes,
add?
yes, yes. To all those students, this is the most, commonly repeated thing in our UPSC preparations. Most of the aspirants do this mistake. They ignore the basic, go to advanced level. So we advise every student to start the basics from the primary school, like 6th standard NCERTs to 12th standard. Do the foundation first. If the foundation is proper, we can build a huge building on that. That will become easy, but the foundation has to be good. So that thing needs, there is no compromise on that. Everybody has to go through the basics, understand the foundations, test themselves so that whether they are good at basics or not, then only they should move to the next level.
Okay. Isn't very well responsive. Isn't the English fluency is important or must to have or good to have?
Okay, basic English is more than enough. When I say basic English, since the question paper will be printed in English as well as Hindi, two languages, it will be printed. Apart from the Hindi speaking belts, the other states will be going through reading through the English questions only. So they should have a basic English communication to read and understand the question paper at least. That is extremely important. So if you ask me at what standard level, it should be at least of class 10 level English is mandatory. A student who knows class 10 level English, that is enough. That's more than enough. They don't need to be, super experts like to understand the Shakespeare or to speak like Shashi Tharoor. That's not required.
Well, good response. So now the one more follow-up question actually. So is the correlation of, the background of rural, background of any backward classes, does it any play in the role of clearing the exam?
Absolutely not. Background will not at all matter. There are successful candidates from various backgrounds, from the remotest village to from the tribal people, from even physically handicapped, even the 100% blind students have cleared. So we
Incredible.
have various background, cultural background, ethnic background, physically, handicapped. Everybody can clear this. So that will not matter.
Excellent. I think this is a great message to one and all.
Yeah.